War. War never changes.
Welcome to The Know. I'm Brian.
I'm Ben.
So Bethesda sent a very interesting note to its fans.
Interesting's a word, yeah.
That I think it would be interesting to talk about. So this letter was dated yesterday. This was on Monday. And it has to do with Fallout 76. And they're talking about the beta, which is coming up. I think it's tomorrow, the 20. Oh no, it's today.
Yeah, it's tonight.
Sorry, on the Xbox One. So I don't want to read the whole letter, but I do want to kind of hit the high points of it, so we can just kind of go through, because it's a really interesting sort of intro to the game, and I'm not really sure what they're trying to accomplish.
I'm trying to figure out what their message is in this letter, but read it.
So they're talking about, and this is paraphrasing, but they're talking about how they hear over and over from fans what is this game going to be? Because obviously Fallout 76 is online, and Fallout as a franchise is known, and Bethesda, for single-player experiences.
It's a new adventure in their IP.
And it says in the letter, our worlds, whether it be Fallout, Elder Scrolls, or the coming Starfield, are important places to us. We do everything we can to treat them with care. We know they mean just as much to you, that the time you spend in them is important, and you want each time you experience one to be special and all it can be. And with Fallout 76, you too are left wondering, what exactly is this? And the answer to that question, more than any game we've made, is that it's up to you. That's up to you. With our beta starting tomorrow, meaning today, it's finally time for Fallout 76 to begin its real journey, because it's all of you who will truly bring life into the world. Now,
it's always good when a company says, the story's up to you. It kind of reminds me of when Bungie came out and said, it's all about the friends we made along the way, which, that had a backlash.
Right. Also, I feel like they're kind of passing the buck here, because online games can have stories.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft has stories. It has missions.
There's a lot of text to read through, but there are stories that you're following through.
And there's lore to the world and like an overarching narrative. Destiny and Destiny 2 are online games. They have stories. So for me with Fallout 76, it seems, I don't know. I get that, yes, it's going to be an online game. There's some background in the sense of your Vault 76 residents. You're going to repopulate the world. Yeah. But that does make me a little nervous in terms of, okay, so are there going to be missions? Is there going to be backstory here? Is there going to be lore?
I'm really interested in what this letter means, especially with how it's coming out right before the beta drops.
Yes.
And some of the things they say is interesting. You mentioned is like the whole, the story is up to you. And so I'm kind of trying to glean from this. I think the game is going to be fine. I think the game will be fun. I think it will be your very standard buggy affair for a new Bethesda game coming out. From what I understand, I don't think this beta is supposed to be testing bugs as much as it's supposed to be testing a server load.
Okay.
And the main reason that I think that is because the beta is only 4 hours long.
Yeah. So the beta, which starts later tonight, it might, by the time you see this video, it might already be over, but it is from 7 p.m. Eastern to 11 p.m. Eastern tonight. That's 4 hours. That's not a lot of time for a beta. Now this is just for the Xbox One. There's other ones in the future, but it does seem very limited.
Yeah, and if you are wanting players to craft your own experience and you give them 4 hours, and by the time you get through all the login bugs, they're wanting to test the servers. So there's going to be a server crash, I'm sure, at some point. But if
it's a technical type beta, maybe.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah. I'm not certain on that, but if you're wanting the game to be all about crafting your own story and you're only given 4 hours in the beta,
yes,
I wonder what that's going to be. Because by the time you get in there, you figure out how the UI and the system works, you get linked up with friends, and you go through all of that. Who knows how long you'll have?
Right.
And even then, you only can do PvP at level 5. So if you start the game, are you going to have to grind up to that 5? Are they going to drop players into a higher level?
Are you going to have time to even get up there?
And do PvP? I mean, we'll see. Players do some crazy things when betas happen. But
it does seem, to me, the game, from what I've seen, seems very heavy on base building, exploration. There is PvP. This does make me wonder, okay, but what else is there? And for a company to say, well, that's up to you, I get that I'm going to have my own adventures. You know, I get that I'm going to, I killed this guy and it was crazy, or this guy, you know, did this, or
The stories you'll tell at work tomorrow when something crazy happened as you're running through the wasteland.
But that's true for any game.
Sure.
You know, like that's kind of true for any, you know, single player or multiplayer game. So that does make me wonder a little bit. And then they talk, speaking of the beta, they also are very clear in the second half of the letter saying, we know it's going to be buggy, which is really funny because, number one, Bethesda games are kind of known for being buggy.
Yeah.
But now for them to come out and say that up front makes me think, oh, this is going to be really buggy.
I think that this is going to be the game is buggy for the beta. I'm sure it's going to be maybe a little less buggy for the actual game when it comes out.
Yeah.
But this doesn't seem to me to be like a warning they're sending out. I think it's more of a, hey, give it a chance. This is something new. We want you to experience it, and we will fix the bugs as we go.
Here's what they say. We all know with the scale of our games and the systems we let you use that unforeseen bugs and issues always come up. Given what we're doing with 76, we know we're opening everyone up to all new spectacular issues none of us have encountered. Some we're aware of, such as areas where performance needs to improve with lots of players. Others we surely don't. We need your help finding them and advice on what's important to fix. We'll address all of it now and after launch.
That's
Did they not hire a QA team?
This is definitely code for like, guys, there's a lot of bugs. Just bear with us. We're going to work through it. It'll be fine. Yeah, I mean...
I have a bit... Part of me feels like, to me, the signals like, was the game rushed? You know, like, is it...
I think there's a little bit of that
pushed
there.
out that there's maybe not as much polish as you would expect, and they're kind of, and this is an admission of, yeah, we know, but bear with us. I don't know.
I think it's like they said, it's something new, right? Like this is a whole, like they're now diving into like connections to each other, more like online play where you're having to figure out like how everything is going to render at once, and it's more of an open world. Maybe I'm giving them a little bit too much like of their own, or giving them a little bit too much credit, but
I guess I get that it's new for them. But these kind of online multiplayer games have been around for decades now. So it is weird, like, oh, we're experiencing this, we're giving you this brand new type of game. It's not that new.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering if they're wanting to go more with this game for a like Minecraft vibe or like the Forest over, you know, like that single player crafted narrative or an online MMO like World of Warcraft. But I want to know, they've built lore for the game. I want to know if they're going to drop like collectibles and like smaller like pickups or maybe drops for like achievement kind of style things, like kill 75 players, get this piece of lore or something. I'm wondering how they're going to do that.
Yeah, as opposed to a Minecraft where there's really not a lot of story.
No.
It's all gameplay and survival and crafting, and that's the focus, as opposed to, you know, like a Destiny where it's online but there is story, or a WoW where there's still story involved.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
missions and lore.
Even with like Minecraft, all of the like story elements that came into that all revolved around, like they came later, right? Like they started crafting out achievements, and they were like, oh, there's this whole like end segment you can go to and you can kill a dragon. But most of it is like, it's just adult Legos, right? Like you can build with your friends, and like there will be some goofy things that happen.
There's no
and you can
point,
make cool stuff.
and that is the point.
Exactly.
Yeah. What do you feel at all? And I'm not trying to be cynical here, but do you feel at all like this might be an attempt to do damage control, like at the outset?
Very, very minimally.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily I don't think this letter is a like damage control, like, guys, it's going to be rough. We're tempering your expectations.
Yeah.
I think this is just this is something new. Give us a chance.
Yes.
It's something you'll like because it's not the standard Bethesda affair, and we know that our gamers that are really into our like Bethesda games are there for that standard single player affair. I think it's less of a warning or damage control and more of this is something new, experience it, have some fun.
Give it a chance. Yeah, they did, at the beginning, they did say, in 2015, we decided to try something very new and very scary for us, take one of our worlds and make it online only. Once the idea of Fallout Online survival game stuck, there was no turning back, but still some worry and questions. Will people want this from Fallout? Will they want it from us? How the hell are we going to make this, and what exactly is this? So reading that makes me think, okay, they like it, but they're worried the fans are going to reject it because it's not a traditional Fallout game, and it's not. It is definitely a departure. Yeah, I am interested to play it though and see,
yeah.
you know, what happens.
I don't think I will be any more upset with this game's bugs than I would a normal Bethesda game.
Right.
It's just something I'll deal with and I'll figure out, but I think it'll be fun. I mean, we'll see how the beta goes, and like if there's a lot of like gameplay we'll be able to get out of it. Like if they're testing, the main reason I believe this beta is the server load. And I think
It's
they've come out and said this
an
before.
infrastructure test. Yes.
And so I'm interested to see what that's going to mean, but we haven't seen a lot of information about the game outside of like the small videos they've released.
Yeah.
I want to see what other people are going to experience, and I kind of want to see those stories and go from there.
And I want to check it out because I think that it's, I do think it has potential.
Absolutely.
I do think online games are going to have a way more issues and bugs than a normal game because when you introduce real people in there, they're just going to do stuff that you didn't foresee. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. What do you guys think of this letter that Bethesda wrote to fans? Let us know in the comments, and we will definitely be following this. I think some of us are going to play the beta, so we might do a video in the future giving our thoughts. So keep it right here on The Know, and better yet, theknow.tv. See you later.